No, I think, I definitely think they helped me, honestly. Sean, what about you?
Yeah, I think you're, kind of in the right direction. I think children, even your spouse, can really reveal the selfishness that we have, right? That we now have to take care of someone else that can't take care of themselves. Right. Before we got on, you asked the age of my kids. I have a 1, a 3, and an 8-year-old now. He's 8. Yeah, okay. He just had a birthday.
Busy household.
We were married for almost 10 years before we had kids. I'd say it's probably about 8 years. And we were trying and we weren't able to. We couldn't figure out what the issue or what was happening. And we were ruled as infertile by the doctor. This doctor ruled us as infertile. And so we decided we would pursue the adoption route. And we ended up, after 3 years, several failed adoptions, we adopted Alexander. That's my 8-year-old now. And then we found out we could have kids. Because we had kids. We ended up having Annalise, total surprise. So Annalise came and she is now 3.5. And then we got pregnant again.
Were you trying that time?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just supplements or felt like that was an important question.
Yeah. No supplements, nothing special. But when Allison is our third, she came, the doctor that actually pronounced this as infertile is the one that delivered both of them.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of wild the way it is. And he's good. I mean, he's a very good doctor. They had named one of the halls after him at Baylor Grapevine. I mean, he's successful. But it's funny that it kind of all works out that way. And yeah, I mean, they absolutely change your life. I don't, I'm in real estate and I spend a lot of time coaching agents, and there's a lot of things that I coach. But one of the things is we can be in charge of our schedule no matter what we do.
Right.
You can, right?
It's all about priority.
And it can be any type of field. Even in lending, I know you guys want to be available to issue up that pre-qual at the last second, and you get calls on the weekends to do that. So, for me, I have systems set up where I'm able to let everyone know kind of how it's going to play out, right? Even if I have, and I don't work a whole lot of buyers and sellers, directly anymore, except for just 100% referrals. I only work with people that know me. That's a big deal for me. I built a referral-based business, and that's how I do my own real estate. So I get to most of the time determine this is when we're going to do things. This is how we're going to make offers. This is how, and I get to tell them the way we're going to play this out. And when you do that, it just happens that I'm not going to be doing weekends and evenings.
Right.
It's just, there are circumstances I might overcome that, but I'd say 99% of the time I'm 6 hours a day is probably all I'm actually in the office. And I'm sitting there just putting everything together and making deals happen. And then I'm home.
So you feel like it made you maybe more efficient with your work?
It forces you to be better at time management.
Or set boundaries.
Yes. 100%. Yeah. Boundaries can be overcome pretty quick. Like if, you might be at a place where anyone that calls, you're dropping everything to go.
Yeah.
That's not an option, right? When, for you got kids in college now, you're probably going to be a little bit more flexible because you'll take that deal. But, Weston's at a place now, he could just say yes to everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, you don't have to say yes to everything, right? That's part of managing your clients. I tell them, hey, I know you're off on Tuesday afternoons, whatever it is. Let's every Tuesday from 3 to 5, we're going to go look at houses.
Is there anything specific you used to say yes to that you started saying no to after having kids?
It's taken a long time. I can tell you, I got a lot of, my wife will tell you, she's saw me as always being at work at all times for a lot of our marriage prior to kids, and have kids coming in now. I do get opportunities and stuff that happens sometimes in evenings and weekends. And I've learned to really minimize that, because things are going to happen,
right.
But for me in my side of the business, even as a realtor, most of the time I'm dealing with an agent that's struggling in something, and it's normally writing an offer. It's not normally much of anything else because everything else has deadlines at 5 o'clock.
I call you all the time, all hours, random questions.
And I tell,
you get an answer?
Oh yeah. Well, maybe the next morning, but
I'll text back if I can't answer, I'll text. And then I don't mind having text conversations just to get something moving, just so I tell people, if you can't get a hold of me, text me what you need. And if it's an emergency, I'll find a way to take care of it. But, I'm telling you, 95% of the time, I don't have an issue, because I tell you, I coach soccer. My daughter is, she's not doing anything yet. She's 3.5, but she will be doing soccer, I'm sure, and dance and some of that. She loves to dance. and she loves to sing. And she'll ruin you if you hear her sing. She's terrible. But she,
Mark that one out.
screams at the top of her lungs. Elsa, right? She sings Let
Too
It
bad
Go.
you didn't say that.
And it's hilarious. I do record it, and it's really funny.
I got to see this.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Throw up
so,
clips.
the boundaries are important with anything in life,
Right.
but I think if you allow the business to own you, you're not going to sell any more real estate than if you let them than if you manage the business.
Oh.
And people don't really understand that concept. They feel like they got to be available and on 24/7.
Yeah.
All I tell people is like, if you have that urgent opportunity, then you always give next step what the plan is, right? Anytime I get off the phone with a client or even an agent, like I don't know how often I'm even coaching Weston when he's dealing with something. I say, we're going to have a next step. Here's the next step.
Right.
And that's a big part of everything that I do. And you can do that with clients. You can do that, with anyone and keep your family time protected at the same
Right,
time. It's
right.
very possible.
It's